Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, thank you so much for this giving opportunity for the Pantech. Pantech provides a lot of softwares and hardware projects to the student. We can provide the lot of domains are there in Pantech, like machine learning and deep learning, NLP, natural language processing, and in the hardware also we are providing the robotics and embedded systems power. We can provide a lot of softwares and hardware projects. Screen sharing, ma'am. These are the domains we can provide by the Pantech and big data, data analytics, and in IoT, Python, Android applications, in Java, cloud computing, mobile computing applications, and power electronics, electronic vehicles, image processing, OpenCV, VLSI projects, and artificial intelligence. These are the projects are provided by the Pantech. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity for the Ashoka Women's Engineering College and the convener V. Sujatha Garu, Associate Professor and HOD. Today we are going to conduct the workshop on machine learning. Okay, first you know the artificial intelligence. Before I will explain machine learning. First, what is the artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is nothing but how the human thinking like natural thinking, but the system thinking like a artificial thinking. For example, the boy play with one ball, that is known as the normal intelligence, but system we are trying to the mission whatever the for example we are trying to the mission exactly thinking like the human, that is known as the artificial intelligence. In the artificial intelligence is subpart like a machine learning. Artificial intelligence we are using lot of applications. These are the applications are there. Most we are using artificial intelligence: healthcare sector, automobiles, finance, surveillance, social media, entertainment, education, space, gaming application, robotics, agriculture, e-commerce. For example, healthcare. For example, one person is sick. We are connected to the chatbot like medical applications. In the person is not health is good. That person, for example, I have sick. I have fever. These are the symptoms are there. I have suggestions some medicine like that type of chatbots we are using healthcare. And the automobiles like laptops, mobiles, everything we are using artificial intelligence. Face recognition is most using in artificial intelligence. Like for example, your face is scanning, the face is stored in the data set. When your face is scanning, on that time the phone will be open like that. That type of applications we are using automobile. And financial, social media like Facebook, Instagram most we are using artificial intelligence for the login purpose. Entertainment, education sectors, gaming like a 2D 3D gaming applications we are using artificial intelligence only. Okay, for example, chess we are playing with the computer. The computer eye recognition. Okay, we are move this side like left side and right side and any side we can presentation like that. That type of application we are using. Gaming application. The robotics, we have trained to the robot, whatever task we are given to the robot, I have to perform like that. That type of application we are using robotics. And agriculture Agriculture, like any disease is there, for identify the disease and everything, for the videos, audios based, we are using artificial intelligence only. Okay, that type of application we are using AI part. After that e-commerce sectors also, most of the peoples we are using artificial intelligence. In the restaurants also, or like lot of Google, Siri, that type of working like a AI part only. This is the application for AI. This is the main one more application for the healthcare sector. For example, the medical images, lot of images are there, right? In the medical images, and which drug is recommended to the patient, and the personnel which have suffer from the some disease, like medical robotics and electronic healthcare records and clinical trials, everything are used in the healthcare. Most of the all sectors we are using AI part nowadays. How to work the AI? First, whatever the data is there, the data we are collected to the mission data is converted to the like binary language, like zeros, ones, that type of data we just learn to the mission. After that we build the intelligent to the system. The system is learned. After that, you have to perform. That is known as the artificial intelligence working style. In the artificial intelligence, this is the subpart of machine learning. In the machine learning, subpart of deep learning. In the artificial intelligence, most we are using like a facial expression recognition. For example, based on the face expression, you can identify the person is happy mood or sad mood or anything. We recognize like a artificial intelligence only. In the machine learning, we are learn the fast experience data in the predict in the future. Most applications like a fast experience data we can predict in the future purpose, we are using machine learning topic. Best example like a stock markets. For example, investment, a lot of people are investment in the stock market. The sales are increase or decrease, everything is calculated in the fast experience. We can predict in the future, maybe this investors invest this much of amount, this sales are increase or decrease, we can identify. That purpose we are using machine learning part. Okay, after that deep learning means we can detect the images, audios and videos. The best real-time example for the deep learning, for example, in the traffic, the police person identify the helmet, the person wearing the helmet or not. The person is not wearing the helmet means just identify the face. You can send it the details to that person were not wearing that is the chalana, we send it to the address. That is known as the deep learning. Deep learning using this type of application. In the artificial intelligence found in 1950s, and the machine learning in 1990s, and deep learning 1970s. This is the one more example for the human behavior emotion with Python. This person like lot of emotions are there, right? First person happy mode, and the second person sad mode, third person angry mode, and the fourth person laughing mode. Different person have behaving like a different attitudes. Okay, now that is this time also we are using AI part. In the robotics applications using the A and ML part. Okay, now how to robot, for example, you have to train the robot, you have to perform this task this time only. After that you can perform this type of, we are trying to the mission. After that we are testing to the mission. On that time we are using robotic application A and ML part. In the healthcare sectors, this is the one more most example for the traffic applications. In this lot of cars are there. Which one follow the traffic rules or not? First identify the car. All cars are maintain the same traffic rules. Just recognize the scan. After that we can apply the application. In the data, we are collecting the data in the year wise. After that we can train to the mission. After that test to the mission. You have to perform some tasks. This is known as the artificial intelligence. Domains of AI, artificial intelligence work in the lot of sectors like machine learning and the planning, robotics, expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, vision. And first, artificial intelligence is support machine learning, right? In the machine learning, we are collecting the one past experience of data. After that, we are using for the images and audio video purpose, we are using deep learning. After that, expert systems also, like we are giving to the plan to the mission. And robotics, whatever you try to the robotics, we have to perform like that only. That purpose we are using robotics. Vision, in the vision means mission vision. Images are recognized. For example, your mobile is recognize the face is matching to our data set or not. The data set, our face is matching to our data set. On that time, if the password is open. After that, not open, that is the recognition, image recognition, text recognition, and the speech recognition. We are using lot of application. In the Google, we are using Hi Google and Siri, and a lot of applications are there. We are using speech recognition. Whatever the speech is given to the Google, the Google is converted to the text information. The whatever is given to the text is given to the speech. On that purpose, we are using the speech recognition. In the natural language processing means whatever the text information is there, the text information is converted to the speech and speech to text. That type of data we are using. One language is called natural language processing. Text generation, question, and whatever the question asked to the system, the question, for example, chatbot is there. In the chatbot, I want to help. For example, customer is have facing this type of problem. Please give me the reply. That purpose we are using questioning, answering, and whatever the context and translation, classification, we have classified the data. After that, mission translation. Mission means mission cannot understand by the normal language. That's why we are converted to the binary language. That purpose we are using mission translations and the text generation. Everything we are using the natural language processing only. After that, expert system. Expert system means whatever the information is there, the information trained after the testing, after that exactly performed to like that. That is known as the expert systems, and to the planning. History of AI. AI is the first founded in 1943, and most of the almost all sector we are using artificial intelligence part only. In the artificial intelligence, this is the life cycle of AI part. First we are collecting the data. First step is data collection. We are collecting the data. After that, data is pre-processing. Data pre-processing means we are cleaning the data. Any unwanted data like null values are there. Any type of data is just cleaning the data. After that, evaluation of the futures. After that, we are trying to the mission, model training and testing. Now that is known as the model training and validation. After that, we are testing perform, like this model is working correct or not. That purpose we are using model testing. After that, deployment. The testing is completed, we are deploy the documentation. This one is proper way of life cycle. After that, maintenance and improvements. So this is the life cycle of AI. First step one is the data collection. We are collecting the data information. After the data is pre-processing. After the training and testing, after model training, after the deploying, after maintenance and improvements. After that, we are going to machine learning with Python. Machine learning most we are using Python language. Machine learning we are using. Machine learning means we are collecting the one past experience data we can predict in the future purpose. For example, weather. What are the applications? Are the lot of applications we are using machine learning. First part is the stock market is the best example for the machine learning. We are collecting the fast like in sales increment or decrement type of data. The data is collected. Okay, in the future maybe these sales are increases, these sales are decreases. You can predict in the future purpose. That is known as the Stock markets. After that we are using facial recognition. Whatever the face is there, the face is recognized and stored in the database. Where you open the lock, on that time is recognize the face. After that it is open. That is known as the facial recognition in autonomous self-driving cars. We are trying to the already whatever the software is there, the software is given to the self-driving cars we have performed. For example, one person is there. One person is in the middle of the road. Okay, the person is there. We are just to stop the car. That already we are given to the train to the cars. That is known as the we are collecting from the past data. That type of only you are using self-driving cars and Google Ads. For example, we are watching in before 1 week horror movies or serials, whatever the content is there. Next day you search whatever the content is there. Just on that time also you are given, okay, in the previous you are watch this type of content. That's why I am giving to please watch this related content information. Google Ads, advertisement, business intelligence. Most of the you are using machine learning only. Personal assistants like Google, Siri and Apple, you are using lot of series are there. Filtering algorithms. And the filtering algorithms and the news feeds and a lot of applications are there. And Amazon, Netflix, we are recommendation which cloud we are collecting the data. The data is collecting and storing Amazon cloud like Azure. Lot of data is there. The lot of data is stored in the lot of platforms. That one is Amazon, Netflix. After that we are using the character recognition. How to recognize the character? We are collecting these are the qualities are there. These are for example the person having the color and recognition and which person having the model, everything is for example one car is there, one car has a lot of styles and which brand, which model, everything we are collected, identify the qualities and quantity. Based on the quality and quantity we can recognition. That is known as the optical character recognition. And the political campaign vote, for example lot of people in the recently in Andhra Pradesh completed the elections, right? On that time we are collecting the one past data like which person may be winning chances, more winning chances. We are collecting survey. For example, one survey is conducted in the Andhra Pradesh, which person got the highest votes, which is the positive reviews. That purpose we can identify. That purpose also we are using political campaigns. These are the applications we are implemented in the machine learning. In the machine learning, a lot of types are there. Most we are using 4 types. One is the supervised machine learning, and one more is unsupervised machine learning, and one more is semi-supervised machine learning, and one more is reinforcement algorithm. Semi-supervised learning means machine learning we are collecting the past and present type of data. We can predict in the future. That type we are using machine learning. Okay, now examples for the machine learning like stock markets, weather reports and house price prediction. For example, we are staying in a lot of areas. Which one more popular? On that time very high amount of houses. That is known as the machine learning, based on the machine learning only. Okay, after that supervised machine learning. In the supervised machine learning we are collecting the label data. Label data means based on the input we can predict the output. That is known as the supervised machine learning. These are the examples for the supervised machine learning. House price predictions and medical imaging. These are the application for the supervised machine learning. After that unsupervised machine learning. Unsupervised machine learning we are collecting the unlabeled data. Unlabeled data means just given to the input. We cannot predict the output based on the input. We cannot predict, system only predict the output for the unsupervised machine learning. That is known as the unlabeled data. These are the examples for the unsupervised machine learning. Customer segment. For example, we are visit the any shopping mall. For lot of customers are there. New customer, old customer, loyal customer. When the first time we can purchase the product in the shopping mall, that person is known as the new customer. the person already purchased is completed, everything is completed, like items are brought, something is brought from the mall already, that is the old customer. You know how the items are there, how the item quantities, everything you know. On that time we are using that customer is the old like old customer. Loyal customer means he purchased a lot of items from the Amazon product or everything, that is known as the loyal customer. He suggests to some people, okay, this site is given to the very good quality of products, that person is known as the loyal customer. That type of applications also we are using customer segmentation. After that market basket analysis also we are using unsupervised machine learning, semi-supervised machine learning. In this we are taken from the label information and as well as the unlabeled information, both we can predict in the semi-supervised machine learning. Most we are using supervised and unsupervised machine learning only. Semi-supervised, it is the combination of the label information and unlabeled information, that's why not most we are using semi-supervised machine learning. After that, reinforcement algorithm. Reinforcement algorithm is the one type of machine learning algorithm. In this we are whatever the Google, for example, we are collecting the Google reviews, feedbacks from the institutes or shopping malls product based on the for example Amazon, we can purchase the one product, and that time product reviews and positive review or bad review, negative review, based on that when we can calculate it, we are using the reinforcement algorithm, that is known as the optimized marketing and driverless cars. These systems we are using reinforcement algorithm. Okay, now these are the types of are there in the machine learning. Machine learning, what are the types are there? Supervised learning, unsupervised machine learning, and semi-supervised machine learning, and reinforcement algorithm. These are the types in the machine learning. 4 types are there. Most we are using 2 types: supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning. Supervised, we are collecting the label information. Based on the input we can predict the output. For example, we can write the simple program like A equal to B, A equal to 10 and B equal to 10. We already, the program are already defined to the variables like A equal to 10, B is equal to 10. We can perform easily like A plus B operation, A minus B operation, A star B, like a multiplication, division. We can easily perform. Based on the input we can predict the output. That type of applications is known as the supervised machine learning. Unsupervised machine learning means, for example, we are asking from the user, please enter the A value, please enter the B value. That type of asking, based on the user we can enter the input. We cannot predict the output. Why? Because some users are enter the some values, another user enter the another values. We cannot predict, but we are already given to the system this condition. When you apply, please perform this task. That is known as the unsupervised machine learning. We can predict to the system only. That type of learning is known as the unsupervised machine learning. In the supervised machine learning can be categorized into 2 types. One is the regression and one more is classification. Unsupervised machine learning also 2 types are there. One is the clustering and one more is the association algorithm or a dimensional addition. These are the types are there. And semi-supervised also most using this type of algorithms, and some based on the situation we can using this type of algorithms. And one more is semi-supervised and reinforcement algorithms and self-driving, low density models and graph based algorithms. Any type of algorithms as we are using semi-supervised machine learning algorithm. After that, reinforcement learning. In the reinforcement learning we are using the dynamic programming. We are not enter the user. Based on the user we can predict the output. That is known as the dynamic programming. Python is the dynamic programming language feedbacks, Google reviews. On that time we are using reinforcement algorithms. Okay, after that deep learning. In the deep learning we are using CNN convolutional neural network algorithms. These are the types of algorithms are there. In the supervised 2 types are there. One is the regression and one more is classification. Unsupervised also 2 types are there, clustering and association. Most of this type of algorithms are implemented in machine learning. This is the example for the supervised machine learning. For example, I am already given to the input. What is the input? Already the group of grapes are there. The groups we are trying to the model. I'm just these are the grapes. We are given to the model. Okay. When I'm showing the grapes picture, it identify the supervised machine learning. Okay. It is the grapes showing the output like that. That is known as the supervised machine learning. Why? Because we are given to the already input. The based on the input we can predict the output. That is known as the supervised machine learning. Most machine learning using the prediction purpose. Prediction means exact, not exactly. In the future, maybe approximately this much of for 90% of approximately we can perform this task. The type of known as the machine learning. This is the supervised machine learning. Based on the input, we can predict the output. That is known as the supervised machine learning. This is the unsupervised machine learning. Unsupervised means it is the collection of lot of fruits are there. For example, in this papaya, orange and apples and mangoes, a lot of fruits of collections are there to train to the model. How to identify this is the apple, this is the orange, this is the kiwi, and how to identify the model. Whatever for example, we are collecting the information, right? We are collecting the one fast type of experience of data, like when the apple color, red color, like the shape like that only. We can give the futures. Based on the futures and the qualities, we can predict the result. After that, okay, these qualities are there, that's why we are categorizing the apple. After that, the orange color is there. This round shape is there. Lot of qualities are there. Quality we can predict the output. That is known as the unsupervised machine learning. We cannot predict manually. System can predict the unsupervised machine learning most of the time. After that, reinforcement algorithm. Reinforcement algorithm means, for example, the machine don't know this is the fire and this is the water. Just observe the situation. Whatever the situation is there, first observe the situation. After that, select the policies. Like okay, this is the fire. When you touch the fire, the fire it will be happen in the surroundings. That is the after that you have to perform the action. After that, we can give the what. For example, in this picture, fire accident is there. In the fire accident, okay, when I'm giving to the water to the fire will be stopped. That is known as the reinforcement algorithm. We are trying to the mission. This situation is happened. For example, we are visiting the lot of sectors like shopping malls. When you purchase the product is the quality is the high. Okay, you can give the positive review. Okay, this product is very quality. This product is very nice. Please use this product. I'm giving to the positive review. The product is not good. We are giving to the negative review. That is known as the reinforcement algorithm. On that time we are using reinforcement algorithms. Okay, after that we are using one more algorithm is semi-supervised machine learning. In the semi-supervised machine learning, in this also we are collecting the label information as well as unlabeled information. In this, for example, we show the picture. In this picture, we are collecting the label information. This is the in the below label information is there. We are given the just apple and the pineapple. We are given in the above unlabeled information group of label apples are there. Lot of pineapples also there. We are trying to the mission. We are given to the mission to the model. We can predict the okay. These are the features are there. That's why we are categorizing into the pineapples and as well as apple. Based on either maybe a pineapple or as apple, we can identify the semi-supervised machine learning. That is known as the semi-supervised machine learning. This is a semi-supervised machine learning. In the semi-supervised machine and the supervised machine learning, three types of algorithms there is the linear regression, non-linear regression and the logistic regression. Linear regression means whatever the input values are there, the input values are given to the system continuously. That is known as the regression. Regression, for example, best example for the regression. for example, two variables are there. One is the dependent variable, one is the independent variable. Based on the input, we can predict the output. That is known as the independent and dependent variable. For example, house prices is there. One product is demand is high, automatically price also increases. The product demand is low, automatic prices are decreased. Why? Because based on the product demand, it increases the cost. Whatever the product demand is less, automatically prices decreases. That is known as the dependent independent variable. Dependent independent variable, we can predict the result. That is known as the regression algorithm. In the regression can be categorized into three types. One is the linear regression, non-linear regression and logistic regression. For example, in the above I am giving to the lot of input values. The input values which is matching to the linear curve, that is identify the which one is better to the result. That is known as the linear regression. After that, non-linear regression. In the non-linear regression, it is not regression, that's why it can be converted into the non-linear regression. In the logistic regression, we apply some logic to the system. That is known as the logistic regression. In the classification also, lot of types are there. One is the artificial neural networks and Bayesian classifiers and support vector, random forest, k nearest neighboring value, decision tree. Classification means we are classify the data. How to classify the data means we are classify the data in two ways. One is the S and one is the no form. S means just for example, if you are writing the one condition, when the condition is true, it will be execute the true block only. When the condition is false, it will be executed the false block. It will be executed true block as well as not. It will, when the condition is true, it will be executed true block only. When the condition is false, on that time only executed the false condition. Oh, it will be executed yes or no, only one. That is known as the classification. We are classify the data in two ways: yes or no, true or false, zeros, ones. That is known as the classification. In the classification, lot of the applications are there. Most we are using random forest and decision tree and k nearest neighboring values. Decision tree means we are collecting the tree information. First, without root we cannot develop anything from the true. First we are collecting the one root value. In the root divide like a sub branches. The branches are again converted to sub branches like that. That is known as the decision tree. Once leaf node is coming to the end of this stage, we cannot extend. Why? Because leaf nodes are not extended. That is known as the decision tree. Exactly how the trees will grow step by step process. Same thing, decision tree working also same thing. That is known as the decision tree. In the random forest, in the decision tree we are collecting from the single tree only. But random forest we are collecting the lot of trees. In the forest means what? We are collecting the lot of trees, right? In this also we are collecting the lot of decision number of trees. That is known as the random forest. In the decision tree, we are identify the root node and the decision nodes leaf nodes. But random forest, how many trees? 1 trees, 2 trees, 3 trees like that. That is known as the random forest. And k nearest, we are find out the nearest value to the result. That is known as the k nearest neighboring values. These are the classification algorithms. Bayesian Navi classifier also using support vector mission. Support vector mission most based on working like a vectors. Based on the dimensions it will be work. That is known as a support vector mission. This is the one more algorithm like a unsupervised mission. In the supervised, two types are there. One is the regression and one more is classification. In the regression, three types are there: linear regression, non-linear regression and logistic regression. And classification also random forest, decision tree, support KNN algorithm, Navi's Bayes algorithm. And the cluster, what is the meaning of cluster? Means whatever the group of values are there, the group of values are converted into single value. Identify the particular, that is known as the cluster. Cluster means group of values, identify the single value, that is known as the clustering algorithm. In the cluster also a lot of clustering algorithms are there. string clustering, and the one is the partitioning and hierarchical density. This type of clustering methods are there. In this, lot of algorithms, most we are using DB-scan algorithm, very popular clustering algorithm, and KNN algorithms are also clustering algorithm. These are the algorithms are most we are using clustering methods. This is the example for the clustering. For example, cluster means number of customers. In the x-axis I am giving to the number of customers. In the y-axis I am giving to rate of purchase. Based on the customer, lot of for example, first customer is there. First customer buy the some things this cost. Okay, now second cluster is there. You can buy something and we can this much of amount. Lot of people, lot of customers are there. Lot of customers are purchase something with some rate. That is known as the clustering. Cluster means group of people are there. In the group of people are identify the particular person, like this first customer, how much he brought these dresses. Second customer is this. Second, how much he purchases. Third customer is there. Third customer, how much he purchased something item. That is known as the identify. That is known as, most we are using clustering application like a shopping malls. After the DB-scan clustering. In the DB-scan clustering also, in the x-axis I am giving to the clusters, and y-axis also we are identifying which we are like in this combination of values are there. In the group of values we can identify this is the first customer, and more than 1000 rupees we purchase the something this item, we can give the some gift. For example, in festival season we are given to the discount. On that purpose we are using this type of scam, DB scan clustering algorithms. Okay, more than 5000 rupees you purchase, you can give the some gift. After that we are not giving the any gift. That is known as the DB scanning algorithm. This is the example for the DB scan clustering algorithms. Okay, and one more is previous I already showed that. This is the market basket analysis. You are using unsupervised machine learning algorithms, right? This is the known this one. This one is the market basket analysis. One customer purchase like a milk, bread, butter, and another customer purchase like a milk, bread with a butter. And another person, lot of customers are visiting day. For example, milk is there. Milk we can third customer purchase like a milk, bread and butter, and fourth customer product the like a sugar, eggs, which most of the people which product is purchased, and the most of the people purchase like a milk only. Okay, this is known as the market analysis. This is the unsupervised machine learning. In the machine learning we are using one language, right? That language known as the lot of programming languages are there. Which program we are using for the implementation of the machine learning is the Python language. Most of the languages are using like Python, Java, Lisp program or programming. These are the lot of programming languages are there. Most we are using Python programming language. Why is the Python? First, before starting the programming language, first what are the software and the requirements. And we learn the machine learning. First the mathematical knowledge and statistical knowledge and programming knowledge. And what are the software tools are there? Anaconda Navigator, PyCharm. PyCharm is not mandatory. Anaconda Navigator is must and should we are using. After that, Python ideally. This is the integrated development environment. Whatever the software is there, that software is run in one environment, that is known as the IDE, integrated development environment. In the Anaconda Navigator, we are using Jupyter Notebook. These are the software we are run into the machine learning projects. Okay, these are the prerequisites. This is the basic knowledge about the Python. First, you know the basics of Python, variables, operators. So what is the Python? Python is the general purpose, high level, object-oriented programming language. Why it is more popular nowadays means it provides the OOPS concept. What is the OOPS means? Object-oriented features. In this, class, object, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, everything is there. For when the code is reusable, when the code is modular, for example, I may explain 1000 lines of code, you cannot understand. Whatever the code is there, the code is divided into subparts, that is known as the modularity. That purpose code reuse, we can use the one code multiple times. For example, in the real time we are connected to the front end code, back end code, as well as database also. We are connected to the lot of platforms. We are modification the front end means we just modify the front end code only. We just modify the back end code means we just modify the back end code only. We just modify the database code means we just modify the back end code. We are whatever the code is modified, we can change to the that modifications. That is known as the code reusability. Okay, code reusability, modularity. Most we are using security. Most apps are we are without providing any security, we cannot use that app. That is known as the most we can provide the OOPS concept, provide the security. Data hiding feature. Data hiding means whatever the data you want, just to show that data. Whatever the unneeded data information is there, you cannot show the unnecessary data. That is known as the data hiding feature. Data hiding feature is the best example for the Gmail. Gmail, please enter your mail. I am enter your mail. The mail is visible to everyone. After that I am enter the password. The password is not visible to everyone. That's why it printing like a star, star, star. That is known as the data hiding feature. These are the OOPS concept provided. These are the features: data hiding feature, code modularity, and the security, code reusability. These are the features are provided by the object oriented. That's why we are using Python language. This is the one of the reason. High level programming language means human can understandable language. That is known as the high level programming language. We are most using general purpose. Not just we are talking. For example, I am speaking with you means just one language is there. That is known as the one English language. Person to person, we are communicating with the language is known as the English, Hindi, and lot of languages are there. That is, we are communicating with the system. That purpose I am using one programming language. In the machine learning, we are using Python language. These are the features are there. That's why I am using Python language. And one more main thing is interpreted language. Interpreted language means line by line execution. For example, in the C is the compiler programming language. Compiler programming language means what? For example, whatever the code is right, you executed complete whatever the code you write, complete follow the syntax or not. If you not follow the syntax, you will get the error. Whatever the code is writing, code is complete. After that, we can execute the code. That is known as the compiler programming language. Interpreted language means just write the one line. After that, you can execute. You can show the output. That is known as the interpreted language. That is the main one of the benefit for the Python programming language. And every programming language advantages are there, disadvantages are there. One is the most disadvantages of the Python programming language is indentation error. We give the any extra spaces, we got the error. That is known as the indentation error. This is the one of the main disadvantages for the Python programming language. These are the features are provided by the Python. That's why I am using one of the programming language, Python. Okay, now just knowledge about the Python means easy to implement the Python programming language. First, you know the basics of Python and loops, conditional statement, if, elif, and else, for, while, and the data types like list, tuple, sets, dictionary, functions, Functions, library packages. Most we are using 4 type of libraries: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn and Scientific Learn. These are the libraries most we are using machine learning. These are the libraries are mandatory: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn and Scientific Learn. NumPy means numerical Python to perform the numerical operations like mathematical operations, like a statistical operation, like mean value, average value, like maximum value, average, standard deviation values. That purpose we are using NumPy. NumPy means numerical Python to perform the numerical. Most we are using array representation. Array means what? It is the collection of similar type of data. For example, I am enter the integers means only it allow the integer type of data. After I am entering the string means it allow the string type of data. Whatever the data you enter in the first type, that type of data it will be allowed. That is known as the array. Array is the collection of homogeneous multiple elements. We can enter the multiple elements, but we are using same type of data. That is known as the array. That most array representation in the array, one dimensional array is there, multi-dimensional array is there. That purpose we are using NumPy library. Is the one of the Python library. Most we are using machine learning NumPy library. Okay, now Pandas. Pandas means whatever the data is there, to read the data set information. In the machine learning we are collecting the fast data, right? That purpose we are using Pandas. In the machine learning we are collecting the lot of CSV files, text files information, Excel sheet of information. That type of information we can read. We are using one library is known as the Pandas. And we are modification. We are manipulate the data. We are cleaning the data. Anything is happen with the Pandas only. Is the one of the important library for the Pandas. After that we are using Matplotlib and Seaborn. Matplotlib means mathematical floating library, and one more is Seaborn. Mathematical floating means we are whatever the pie chart, bar chart, histogram. These are the graphs are there. Most Matplotlib and Seaborn we are using the visualization, graphical part. Whenever they explain the content is very difficult. I am just showing the graphical part. Okay. Today, for example, one shopping mall is there. Today, how much sales are they happen? I am showing the graphical means it is okay. Today date is for example 10. In today 10th date increase the sales this much. 11th increase this much, 12th increase this much. You can show the graph means easier to understand. That's why I are using two libraries. One is the Matplotlib but Seaborn library. And the Matplotlib both are using for the Seaborn library. For example, user defined purpose we are using Matplotlib, and free defined purpose we are using Seaborn library. User means user requirement we can change the graphs. That is known as we are using Matplotlib. Seaborn means already defined. These are the graphs is available in the system. Please use this library, graphs. That is known as the Seaborn library. This is the main difference between the Matplotlib and Seaborn. And Scientific Learn. Scientific Learn most of the pre-processing models, training testing models like and machine learning algorithms, whatever with there. Most we are importing this algorithm, this library only. That is known as the Scientific Learning algorithm. These are the most library we are implemented in machine learning. I already explained the these are the machine learning libraries are the NumPy, PyTorch, Matplotlib, TensorFlow, Keras, sklearn, Pandas, okay, OpenCV, Pillow, lot of machine learning algorithms. Based on this requirements we can add the library. Library means it is the collection of predefined classes, methods we are implemented. Just import the library. We can using the whatever the features are there. Just import and use the predefined classes and methods. That is known as the library. These are the libraries are there. First we can do the any project in the machine learning. First these are the steps are there. First step is data pre-processing step. First we are collecting the data. We are collecting the data from the Kaggle website or GitHub websites. and use a repository. Most we are collecting the data. Data means for example corona is there. Corona previous, like what are the symptoms are there. For example, fever related information, how much people suffer from the fever, how much people are suffer from the headache, how much people are suffer from the cold. We are collecting that type of information. Based on the information, we are trying to the model. After that, we are testing to the model. After that, we can predict the result in the future. That is known as the machine learning. Is the step by step. First process data collection, data pre-processing. After that, after the graphical representation part, future extension part is there. After that, analysis. In the analysis part, we are training and testing part. After that, machine learning algorithms we are implemented. After that, we are applying the result. Data collection. We are collecting the data from the different type of websites. Why? Because Kaggle, GitHub user repository most we are using. Why? Because these are the open source library. Most machine learning data, fast machine learning data sets available in these websites only. That's why I prefer these three websites. Data collection process is completed. Data pre-processing. Pre-processing, we are collecting the data information from the different websites, right? Like we are collecting from the CSV files, or text files, or Excel sheet of information. This type of information not provide the null values are there, maybe unwanted data is there. Any noise data is there. We just remove that noise data, null values data, unwanted data from the data pre-processing step. That's why in the data pre-processing perform the three steps. One is the cleaning, one is the sample phase, and one more is transform phase. In the cleaning phase, first whatever the data is there, first identify in the data set any null values there or not. After that, null values are not there, maybe duplicate values are there. Check the duplicate values also. After that, we are cleaning where any null values are unwanted data, duplicated is there. We just remove the unwanted data. That is known as the cleaning phase. Cleaning phase is completed. After that, we are using data transform phase. We are not into the same data set. Thus, we are transformed into once the data set into another data set. That is known as the transform phase. We can perform the three steps. Data pre-processing is completed. After the graphical representation. In the graphical representation part, we are using two libraries. One is the Matplotlib and one more is Seaborn library. This phase is also completed. We are using analysis part. In the analysis, we are given to the train to the mission. After that, we are tested to the mission. Training and test. How much give to the train to the system, how much you have trained to the testing to the system. That is known as the training and testing part. Analysis part is completed. After that, we are apply the machine learning. In the machine learning, how many types of algorithms are there? Supervised machine learning is there, unsupervised machine learning, semi-supervised, and reinforcement. Based upon the supervised machine learning means we are just information input and output, we can predict the result. That is known as a supervised. After that, we are using unsupervised machine learning. Just we are collecting the unlabeled information. The input, we cannot predict the output. That is known as unsupervised machine learning. And Google reviews feedback. That purpose we are using reinforcement algorithm. We are collecting the label information as well as the unlabeled information. That purpose we are using semi-supervised machine learning. We are collecting the machine learning algorithms. After that, we can predict the result from the future. Okay, this algorithm give this much accuracy in the future. That is known as the result phase. This is the step by step algorithms process. These are the tools we are using from the front end. From the front end, we are using like a Streamlit class and TensorFlow. These are the Keras, PyTorch, and tools are there. We just import the tools, and these are known as the tools or libraries. First, import the whatever the tools are there. Just import the tools. After that, we can predict the result. This is the history of Python. Already Python is completed. Why you are using Python? Also, most we are using lot of technologies like blockchain, web scraping, and web development. and artificial intelligence robot. Today we will data models. These are the models are there. First, data set collection, data pre-processing and future evaluation model. Okay, today I will explain one project. The project is known as the health insurance. Okay, now just we are using one software. The software is known as the Anaconda Navigator. First install the software. In the Anaconda Navigator is a support Jupyter Notebook. Just we are using Jupyter Notebook today. First open Jupyter Notebook in the search bar, directly search Jupyter Notebook. It will be show in the Jupyter Notebook. First open the Jupyter Notebook. It will directly open to the Jupyter Notebook. This is the Jupyter Notebook interface. In the Jupyter Notebook interface, whatever the C drive folders are there, it will show the C drive folders. For example, my code is location like a desktop. Just open desktop location. First I will show the health insurance. After that I will show one more project. In these two types of frameworks we are implemented in the machine learning. One is the Streamlit framework and one more is Flask. First I will show the Streamlit code. After that I will show the Flask code. What is the difference between the Streamlit and Flask? First open health insurance. In this I will open, this is the extension of the Python Jupyter Notebook file, ipynb. ipynb means Python notebook file. First I will open Python notebook file. In the this is the ipynb file. In the Jupyter Notebook, to run all the cells at a time we are using. First select the first cell, after that click button, after that restart. All the whatever the cells are there, all cells are executed at a time. Okay, now after that you are selected first button, after you are using shift enter also, no need. How this cell is running, how to identify? In this box is there, the box is star mark representation, means it is still running only. Almost the code is running, execution is completed. First I will explain whatever the code is there. First warnings. What is the use of warnings? Whatever the warnings are there, just avoid the warnings. That's why I am importing warnings folder. Import warnings to avoid the warnings. That's why I am ignore filter warnings. I am just ignore the warnings. That purpose we are using import warnings. Pandas. What is the use of pandas? That's why I am telling to, these are the libraries most important. We are using the machine learning. Pandas means whatever the data set is there, right? The data set you are reading or manipulation, analysis, everything is happening with pandas only. In the pandas, three types are there. One is the series, data frame, panel. To represent the series, we are represented like a single dimension representation. That's why we are using pandas. To read the multi-dimension like a rows, columns of information, rows of columns of information we are reading purpose we are using pandas library. Panel means we are represented three-dimensional representation like a x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, like these three types of dimensions are there. To read in the three dimensions we are using pandas library. Okay, first import the library. If this library is not available in your system, just you can perform like this: pip space install space, whatever the library you want, just install that library. I am importing pandas in my system already there. Okay, I will. This is the installation of the library. Pip space install space pandas. You can using a cell. Otherwise, you can use Anaconda prompt also. Pip space install space library. Whatever the library is known, you got the any module error, we can install like that only. Pip space install space pandas. Okay, already my system is there. That's why the requirement is already satisfied, showing the message. First import pandas. whatever the data set is there, to read the data set information and manipulation the information, we are using pandas. We are using second two-dimensional representation. In this we are using like a rows, columns of information. That's why we are using data frame. After that, NumPy. What is the use of NumPy? To perform the numerical operations or mathematical operations or most array representation. Array means to perform the similar type of data. We are collecting the similar type of data. That's why we are using NumPy library. As NP means what? Every time we are calling the NP is very difficult. That's why I am assigning one alias name like a nickname, that is known as the NP. When you declare the NumPy, on that time we are using NP only. And the pandas also same thing. We are not using every time like a pandas. We are calling to the PD. After that we are using one more library for the mathematical and graphical representation part. For the data visualization part we are using two libraries. One is the matplotlib and one more is seaborn. First I am importing the matplotlib library. Import matplotlib. In the matplot, two types of libraries are there. One is the pyplot and one more is pylib. Python library is there, Python floating is there. We are using the floating, that's why I am using Python float as PLT. I am calling like a, in the matplotlib we can call as PLT. After that we are using seaborn. Seaborn we can call as a SNS. Import matplotlib and import seaborn library. We are using two libraries. One is the matplotlib and one more is seaborn library. After that, to read the dataset information, right? Whatever the dataset information we are assigning to the one variable. That variable is known as the data. PD means what? Pandas. We are calling to the pandas pd.read_c. How to read the which file I am reading? CSV file. CSV means comma separated value. Whatever the attributes are there, the attributes are separated by the space, semicolon, comma, everything is separated. That is known as the CSV file. And in the machine learning, most we are using three types of files. One is the CSV file, one is the text file, one more is Excel sheet. And in this project, I am implemented like a health insurance project. I downloaded for CSV file. pd.read_csv. I am reading the CSV file. pd.read_csv. I am reading health insurance.csv file. Whatever the data I am reading, I am assigning to the one variable. That variable is known as the data. Data is equal pd.read_csv. Whatever the information is there in the data set, that the information is stored into data variable. First, data.head. Head means what? Whatever the top five information is there, default it will display the 5 rows of information. If you want more than 5, I am just inside declare 10. It shows the 10 rows of columns of information. That is the use of head. Head means top 5. Default it will become. If you enter to the 10, it will be 10 rows of columns of information. If you want 20 means it will be just assign the 20. It will be show the 20 rows of columns of information. In my data set, what are the attributes are there? Age is there, sex is there, BMI is there, children are there or not, smoker, region, charges. We are predicting the health insurance, how much. For example, accident, how much we are paying to the amount. Like a death, how much. We are predicting like that. That purpose using charge. This type of data set. We are collecting this. First step is in the machine learning. What is the first step? Data collection. We are collecting the data information. That is known as the data collection. And data.info. Info means this is the complete information about the data set. Whatever the data set information is there, the complete information we are assigning to info attribute only. For example, whatever the columns are there, just assign the columns. What any null values are there now. Any null values or non-null values are there. Most we are using non-null values. Or after that any count, how many not null values are there. Whatever the data type. For example, age is integer, right? Sex is male or female. This is the object format. That's why assigning the object or string both are same in Python. Why? Because this is most machine learning we are using Python language. Python, that is the importance I am already explained to the Python language. Object, after that just whatever the data types we are using, just mention. After that how many float values are there, how many integers are there, how many object data types there. In the above, sex is the object is there. In the region also object content is there. In the smoker also yes or no object content is there. In the above data set 3 object format data is there. That's why I mentioned 3 objects. Integers, how many there? One is the children and one more is age. Only 2. That's why I mentioned 2 integers. After that, float. How many float values are there? Charges is float values and BMI also float values. That's why it's 2 float values. Memory usage. How much memory to utilize it to the data set? Okay, now this much of memory we can utilize. After the data dot shape. Shape means how many rows are there, how many columns are there. In the about data set, 1338 rows are there, 7 columns are there. How many columns are there? Age 1, sex 2, BMI 3, children 4, smoker 5, region is 6, charges is 7. 7 columns are there. It mentions 7 columns only. Data type columns. What are the columns are there? Age, sex, BMI, children, smoker, region, charges and data types. These are the columns are there. After the data collection process is completed, whatever the data we are collecting, after that we are information also checked. Okay, this much of rows are we are collecting, this much of columns are there, these are the attributes available in the data set. Everything we are checked. Data collection process is completed. After this, next step is data pre-processing. In the data pre-processing, any unwanted data, any string information data we are collecting in the data pre-processing. That's why I'm importing one more algorithm from sklearn. Sklearn also one type of library, right? From sklearn we are importing training testing models, pre-processing models. After that, algorithm, machine learning algorithms, everything we are importing from the sklearn mode. That's why from sklearn import. What I am import? Pre-processing models we are importing from the label encoder. What is the use of label encoder? Whatever the string formatted data is there, the string formatted data is converted into the integer format. That is the known as the label encoder. Label encoder string format is converted in the integer format. That purpose machine learning cannot understand the string format data. That's why I am assigning to the integers. That's why I am using label encoder. Data dot is null dot sum. Okay, I'm check the data set, any null values are there. In my data set there is no null values, that's why showing 0 0 0. Okay, now this is the one more. After that data collection process is completed, after the data pre-processing. In the pre-processing step, any null values are there? There is no null values. There is no null values, that's why showing 0 0 0. After that I select the one more column, data dot duplicated dot sum. To check the duplicate values, in one duplicate values are there, just remove the duplicate values. That's why I am selecting one more cell. Okay, duplicate values are also completed. Just to drop the duplicates, drop underscore data is equal data dot drop underscore duplicates. Okay, I'm check the duplicates. Drop underscore duplicated dot sum means it show the count. Okay, whatever the duplicate data values are there, they are showing the duplicate values. This is known as the data pre-processing. Data pre-processing is completed graphical part. That's why I am using like 2 libraries. One is the matplotlib and one more is cboard. Just import the cboard. Every time cboard we are calling like a SNS, right? That's why I am calling SNS dot. In the SNS, this is the count float. Count float means like a bar graph representation only. In the x-axis I am giving to the one attribute known as the smoker. In the smoker like a male and one more is female, right? 0 representation like a male and we are converted to the integer format. That's why showing zeros once. 0 means male, 1 means female. How much females are there in the smoker category? How much people are smoke? Okay, now this is the male. This much of people are smoke. These are the female. Females are not smoking very well. That's why showing less. Okay, after that I am using sms.count float. In the x-axis I am given to the sex. In the sex also two categories are there, male or female. How much males or female people are there in the data set, how many females categories peoples are there. After that we have just graphical representations part is completed. After that we are divide to the input and output. We are just given the x-axis and y-axis. Just in the given data set, which is the input, which is the output, we are identify. That purpose I am using two attributes, one is x and one is y. X means input. For example, I am enter the age, sex, BMI, whatever I am doing. Health insurance product, how much we are insurance, until like money, how much charges, that is the output, right? For example, I am enter age, sex, BMI, children, smoker, region. We can predict the charges. That is the my input is age, sex, BMI, children, smoker, region. We are predict the charges. That is my output. Okay, now just I am giving to the input and output. In the x-axis data dot location. Which column we are not mentioned in the x-axis? Data dot columns are not equal to charges. In the data, in the data set, last column is not equal to charges. That column, almost all columns are mentioned to the input. What are equal to charges column mentioned to my output? Why? Because we are not mentioned x is my input, right? Input means a is we are enter the this values. We can predict the this value. Okay, that's why I am assigning x is my input, y is my output. Equal charges. Whenever the column is equal to means that is my output. Not equal means that is my not equal means my input. Equal means output. X data head means it default display the column, the top 5 rows of columns of information. After that, from SQL we can import the training and testing models. In the above, I am using pre-processing models. In the pre-processing model, I am importing label encoder. Label encoder, what is the main use of label encoder? Whatever the string formatted data is there, the string formatted data we are converted into the integer format. After that, we are using one more SQL in the model underscore selection. In the model underscore selection, we are using training and testing part. Train and test and split. Train to the mission. After that, we test to the mission. In this from SQL, we are importing the accuracy. Most important main reason from the machine learning accuracy score. That's why importing accuracy score and confusion matrix like a same matrix formation. How much we are trying, how much we are testing, everything we are to the matrix format. After that, recall score and curve score and accuracy. Recall score means how much errors are there. Any, for example, I am applying this algorithm. How much this data set, how much fitted, how much is not fitted. That it is showing them the recall score only. Okay, now after that, they are trying to the mission. X-axis means input I am training, output is also training and testing is everything's input also you are training, output also you are training and testing. That's why x underscore x train and x test, y train, y test. Train underscore testing underscore split. We have to train and test and split the data. X-axis, y-axis, test underscore size is equal 0.3 means 30. 30% I am testing and 70% I am trying to the mission. 30% I am test to the mission. That is known as the training and testing part. Most we are most I am trying to the mission. After that, testing to the mission. Okay, now 50 to 50% chances are there trying to the mission and test to the most I am giving the training. Why? Because whatever you are trying to the mission, that only perform to the system. That is known as the training and testing part. 60% I am trying to the mission, 40% I am test to the mission, 70% I am trying to the mission, 30% I am test to the mission. Like a similar 80, 20, 90, 10 like that. Okay, now I x underscore head and y underscore train, and we are trying to the train. These are the my head first training values and the input training values and output training values. After that, I am applying random forest algorithm. Random forest algorithm also most of machine learning algorithms we are importing from the sklearn only. That's why I am importing from sklearn. In the sklearn we are using ensemble package. Okay, now ensemble, that is the one type of module. This is the sklearn is the package. In the package we are using ensemble. Ensemble we are importing random forest. This is the one type of machine classification algorithm. In the classification act as like a regression as well as classification. Classification means what? We are classify the data how? Like yes or no, two format only. This in the regression means whatever the input is there, the input values are continuous. I am giving. For example, age and changes, charges. Based on the age and the BM accident, we are given the one amount. Death, we are given the one amount. Based on the input, we can change the output like. That's why I am using regression models. Yeah. In this, I am using one regression algorithm is the random forest regressor. Model is equal to random forest regressor, and we are using n number of estimates. How many number of trees we are taken? I am giving to the 300. How many random state is recently changing the value? That almost all are mentioned 0 only. After that, model to fit. I am giving to the model. This is my input. This is my output. Okay, now based on the input, we can predict the output. After that, we can display the result. After in the predict model that predict. In the predicting purpose, I am giving to the testing values. In the fit, I am giving to the train to the machine. In the predict purpose, I am giving to the testing models. Why? Because first I am giving the train. I am properly trained to the machine. It properly show the output like testing values. That is known as the model that predict. From SQL import matrices. From SQL matrices import, I am using. That's why I am importing R to score, right? It's showing the scoring rate. How much you got? Like 80%. This algorithm fit to the data set 80% only. After that, I am applying one more algorithm, that is the linear regression model. That type of data sets is there. Most we are using regression. Why? Because input house prices is there. House based on the area, it will be changes the charges. And that type of application we are using regression model. Classification means it show the yes or no. For example, whether good is bad. I am showing that output we are using the classification algorithms. Okay. After that, I am apply the one more algorithm that is known as the linear regression model. From SQL, from import, which algorithm we are imported from the linear regression model only imported. Apply the linear regression model. After that, I am applying the fit. Linear regression model, I am assigning to the one variable that is known as ALG. That's why I am fitting ALG.fit. Fit means we are trying just this is my input and this is my output to the model. Okay, this is the linear regression model. This is my input. This is my output. I am giving to the U. Just predict and display the output like that. That purpose I am using fit and predict. Y_predict L.predict. In the predicting purpose, I am giving to the testing. I am test to the value. For example, I am just give to the input. After that, I predict. Okay, this is working proper or not. For the checking purpose, I am using testing models. After that, it will display the R to score. In the linear regression model, working like a 64% only. After that, I am applying one more algorithm, decision tree. In the decision tree, also importing from the SQL only. From SQL import tree, I am applying like a tree dot decision tree regression. In the D dot fit. Fit means everything, every algorithm we are given to the training and testing mode. Based on the algorithm, we can change the input and output. Why? Because one person, for example, two persons are there. Two persons are having the same question paper, but presentation, everything is different, right? That's why we are applying the lot of, in the machine learning, we are collecting the not present data. We are collecting the past experience data. That's why I am applying this much of algorithms. No need. Just applying the more than 2 algorithms. That is enough. That's why I am applying 2 algorithms. 2 or more than algorithms. First I am applying the random forest. After that applying the linear regression model. After that I am applying one more is decision tree. In the decision tree I am given to the input to the model. After that testing the model. How much you got for the decision tree? 70%. After from one more algorithm imported from the SQL support vector mission. Support vector mission also we are implemented like a support vector regression and a support vector classifier. Okay, in this we are applying the support vector regression. How much you got it from the support vector regression? 33%. Okay, now this is the backend. Backend we are using Python language. Python language first import the libraries. After that import the libraries is complete. First cell almost we are mentioned in the libraries only. Most we are using this type of library. First import the libraries. Libraries completed, data collection process is completed. Data pre-processing is there. Data pre-processing means any unwanted data, any duplicate data, everything is there or not. For checking purpose we are using data pre-processing. Any label for example, any object information is there. Object information also converted into the integer format, that is known as the data pre-processing step. Data pre-processing is completed. Graphical visualization part. This is almost visualization part is there. I am using Seaborn library. After that, graphical part is completed. We are using the analysis. In the analysis, I am giving to the training and testing. First, you know the input and output. Based on the input output, we are trying to the mission. This is my input. This is my output, like that. Okay, now that process also completed. We will apply the machine learning algorithm. Based on the machine learning algorithms, this much of percentage predict in the future. For example, whether these are the previous this type of environment is there. In the future, this type of environment also there, means 90% is working exactly. Okay, that purpose we are using machine learning algorithms. After that, it show the accuracy result. This is the front backend code. Backend we are using Python language. Apply the one more front end code. I will show the front end code. That's why I am using Anaconda prompt. First open the Anaconda prompt. This is the environment. We are using cd space. Cd means whatever the directory is there. The directory change into one platform to another platform. Cd space change the directory. Change the location. I am already C admin C drive users admin location is there. I am change it to my location health insurance. Okay, I am just copy to the. I am just right click, Control C, Control V, paste. Okay, I am changing to the direct. After that, I am using Streamlit. In the front end, we are using two framework. One is the Streamlit framework. One is the Flask framework. Flask and the Streamlit both are using mini scale applications. Streamlit we are using just normal .py files, but Flask we are using HTML files like CSS files, JavaScript files. I am using just whatever the tab is there. Just press the tab. It show the .py file. Just a minute. I am not opening this file. I will open one more time. Okay. Control V, pasting. After that, Streamlit space, run space, just press the tab, it show the .py file. This is the local host. So Streamlit most open the local host. Okay, now directly open to the web page. Okay, now I am entering the input age and the female and everything. This is my input. How many children are there? 3 children. I am entering the smokers. Okay, now just click the predict. It will be chart. Show the charges. Okay, now this is the project. This is the Streamlit code. I will share to Google reviews and feedback link. Once check it. Okay, now any doubt is there? Any doubt or any queries are there? Please let me ask. Please message in chat box. I will show the Flask code also. How to open the Flask code. This is the Streamlit code, right? Okay, I will show the one more Flask code. Just a minute. Open one more time Anaconda prompt. cd space. In the desktop, I will select the customer segmentation with mail. Just open, Control C. I'm just show the web page, not show the backend code. Okay, after that I'm using Python space. In the class we are using Python. Press the tab, it show the .py file. In the class we can provide the IP address. Okay, now the IP address copy and paste in Google. Okay, it show the web page. First it show the home page, login page, you just log in the page. After that sign up page, you just sign up to the account. Interactive dashboard, based on the input value given the interactive dashboard. Just a minute. Okay, dashboard means just upload the images, whatever the images you want, just segmentation. Segmentation means files. We are select the CSV files or text files, whatever the files is there, just upload the files. That purpose I am using segmentation one step. This is the result page. In the result we are using customer ID. Customer segmentation means we are identify the ID, age. I am entering one age like a 20, 12, male or female, status, whatever. Review rating, how much you are giving? 5, 9. How much you want to just give it. Previous how many items are purchased, just I am giving one. Click the print button, it show be the output. Okay, now this is the medium, ante like a loyal customer or medium customer. After that the mail is directly send it to the user profile. You check the user profile information, just give the user profile information. Okay, after that log out. This is the application. Once again, thank you so much for attending this workshop. So much, thank you so much.